Many people are looking for the lost Ark of the Lord. Many are wondering what happened to the 2 stone tablets with the 10 commandments. But what about the golden lampstand? What happened to this wonderful artifact? And are we ever going to find it? In this week's portion, Vayakhel, which means "and he gathered," we continue our journey into the tabernacle. And today we want to take a closer look at the golden lampstand that stood inside the sacred tent and try to discover what happened to it. But not in history, in Scripture. We know from the account in Exodus that an Israelite by the name of Bezalel was commissioned by God to craft several items for the interior of the sacred tent, one of them being the golden lampstand, a beautiful 7-branched lamp holder which gave forth light continually to all who entered beyond the first veil of the tabernacle, where no natural light could reach. Decorated with flowers and almond blossoms, this lampstand not only gave light, but was also a vivid reminder of the tree of life that stood in the midst of the garden, from whence man was banished. Interestingly, of all the items in the tabernacle, it was the imagery of the golden lampstand that was later picked up in Scripture to represent the Lord and His followers. After the tabernacle account in Exodus, the lampstand first reappears in Zechariah 4, in the vision of a 7-branched golden lampstand with 2 olive trees on either side of it. When the prophet inquired about the meaning of the vision, he was explained that the olive trees represented the anointed ones, and that the lampstand represented the Lord of the whole earth. This same picture reappears later in Revelation 11:4, in the account of the 2 witnesses, where again the lampstand represents the Lord. But the imagery even carries through into eternity, in the new heavens and the new earth. In Revelation 21:23, it says of heavenly Jerusalem, "And the city had no need of sun or moon to shine on it, for the glory of God gave it light, and its lamp is the Lamb." It should come as no surprise then that when Yeshua came, He declared Himself to be the light of the world, the divine lampstand that shines in the midst of spiritual darkness. But not only the Lord, also we, His followers, are said to be light, and are represented by the golden lampstand. In Matthew 5:14-16, Yeshua says to His followers, "You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Nor do people light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a stand, and it gives light to all in the house." And then in Revelation 1:12-19, John sees the Lord in the midst of 7 golden lampstands, which are said to be churches or congregations of believers. So today, when there is no tabernacle or temple, where can we find the golden lampstand? Well, we may never unearth the ancient lampstand in an archaeological dig, but we can still find its marvelous light shining as bright as ever. We find it in the Lord Himself, and we should also be able to find it in believers and congregations. Our own lives should be as lampstands, not hidden away in shame or darkened by sin, but rather giving forth light continually to those around us. And in the same way, our congregations should also be as lampstands that shine brightly with the light of the Lord. The golden lampstand is more than an ancient artifact. It is a wonderful reminder of how God sees each believer and each congregation, and of how we ought to live our lives. That is all for this week, but please join us next week for another installment of 5 Alive. Wishing you God's shalom from One for Israel, and don't forget to share.